What we'll be doing for today's lesson is rounding numbers up to 3 decimal places. The keywords for today's lesson are place value, decimal places, and rounding. The equipment required for this lesson, you would need a pen, paper, and a pencil. Okay, the first set of questions, we need to round these two numbers up to 1 decimal place. When rounding to 1 decimal place, the most important thing you need to do is look where the decimal point is. For the first question, your decimal point is here, and this 8 is one number after the decimal point. So that is 1 decimal place. What you need to do now is you need to draw a line after the 8. Okay, and then you use the same rules that you use when you round numbers. So you look at the 3 now. Is the 3 5 or more? No, so the number stays the same. So our answer is 4.8. Now the next one, we've got 4.87. So because we're rounding to 1 decimal place, we find the decimal point. 8 is one number after the decimal point. So now we put our line between the 8 and the 7. So now we look at the number after the line. Okay, is 7 5 or more? Yes. So if the number's 5 or more, we round up. So the 8 rounds up to 9. So now the answer is 4.9. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at answering these two questions. Okay, so the first one, you should have put a line between the 8 and the 4. So now we look at 4. Is 4 5 or more? No, so the number stays the same. So the answer that you should have got is 4.8. Next one, now we put a line between the 2 and the 6. So now we look at the 6. Is the 6 5 or more? Yes. So now we have to round the 2 up to 3. So now our answer is 5.3. Okay, next one. Now the question is round to 2 decimal places. Okay, so we go back and we look at where is the decimal point. So my first one, my decimal point is here. So now I look 2 numbers after the decimal point. So now my line is going to go between the 3 and the 2. Okay, so now we look at the 2. Is the 2 5 or more? No, so my number stays the same. So my answer is 4.83 rounded to 2 decimal places. Next question. Now again, I find my decimal point. Now I count 2 numbers after it. 1, 2, and there goes my line. Okay, so my line goes between the 4 and the 6. So now we look at the number after the line on your right hand side. Okay, is 6 5 or more? Yes. So now the 4 gets rounded up to 5. So the answer is 4.85. What I'd like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at answering the 2 questions. Okay, so this first one now, you should have put a line between the 9 and the 4 over here. Okay, so now we look at 4. Is 4 5 or more? No. Okay, so the answer is 1.69. Next one, your line goes between 6 and 7. Is the 7 5 or more? Yes. So now we round 6 up to 7. So your answer is 5.27. Okay, next set of questions now. Now we'll be rounding to 3 decimal places. Okay, so now same thing. We find where our decimal point is. Now we have to count 3 numbers. 1, 2, and 3. Now my line is going to go between the 2 and the 5. So now look at the 5. Is 5 5 or more? Yes, it is. Okay, so now I have to round up. Okay, so now my answer is 4.833. Next one. My line goes between 6 and 2. Is 2 5 or more? No. So my answer stays the same. So it's 4.8 4, 6. Okay, what I'd like you to do now is pause the video and have a go at answering the 2 questions. Okay, so for the first one, you should have drawn your line between the 4 and the 2. Is 2 5 or more? No, so my number stays the same. So the answer is 1.694. Next one, my line should go between the 2 and the 7. Is 7 5 or more? Yes, so I need to round up. So my final answer is 5.263. Okay. If you are in set 3, please have a go at the red task. This is the red task. What I'd like you to do is pick any 5 questions. What you need to do is, this is one question. This is classed as one whole question now. So for one question, you need to round to 2 decimal places, round to 1 decimal place, round to the nearest integer. The nearest integer means the nearest whole number. Round to the nearest 10 and round to the nearest 100. So you're going to pick 5 of these questions if you are in set 3. Okay, so any 5 of these questions if you are in set 3. If you are in set 2, you need to complete the amber task. And if you are in set 1, what I'd like you to do is complete the amber task and also have a go at doing the green task. Once you have done, please take a picture and upload to class charts.